Hello everyone, this is Emo and today we will be talking about why I believe that Shanks will die in the next few arcs and Luffy will not be able to meet him. Now, as we all know, Shanks has recently appeared in the manga as of chapter 1054 and 1055. We see that Shanks was on the shores of Wano. We don't know what he was necessarily doing there, but he was there and he saw Luffy's bounty. However, he decided not to go and see him right now. And as we know, in the last week or week and a half, One Piece Film Red was released. A film specifically focused on Shanks' daughter. And I know some things about the movie, I got spoiled a bit. So Shanks appears in the movie and even fights a little. I'm not going to spoil for you, but he fights and his crew also fights, and you see the crew also fights. And also alongside the movie there was One Piece Volume 4 Billion, in which this gives you some information related to Shanks and his crew. I will not go over this as I think other people have already gone into this, and I think more people will go, but this is not what I am here for. So with all of this said, I believe Oda, what he was doing with the movie and Volume 4 Billion and giving him being very close to Luffy but not meeting him, I think. So this is more of a farewell to Shanks. I think Oda believed that we were not going to see Shanks in the future of the One Piece manga, so he gave us a movie and a volume that specifically covers what his crew does and what they're known for, as we're not going to see them in action. So he gave us a bit of action in the movie, plus a bit of information related to them in the One Piece Volume 4 Billion. I know this will suck to everybody, and everybody will be mad that we will not see Shanks, but hear me out. We all know that Shanks and Blackbeard are destined to fight, and possibly in the very, very near future. So possibly, and this is a high possibility, that Shanks will lose this fight. With all the hype we have been hearing about Shanks, he has to lose in order to hype up possibly the main villain of the story, aka Blackbeard. We all know Blackbeard is one of the highest reasons that Ace has died. So giving Luffy even more bad blood between him and Blackbeard would be even setting up the fight even more. Let me bring light to this panel to you. As you can see, this panel is in the same chapter or before the famous panel that is People's Dreams Have No End, the most famous of panels in One Piece. And in the same page, while Blackbeard is talking over how Bellamy was a dumbass and how dreams are very important, it cuts to two specific people, Ace and Shanks. And one of them has already passed away due to Blackbeard. So there's a high possibility that Shanks will also have the same fate. And this could be very, very great foreshadowing by Oda. Plus, Shanks' defeat is a very good way to hype up Blackbeard's power. We all know that Shanks looks to be that he's very efficient in all types of haki. We know nothing about Blackbeard in terms of haki, but we know that he likes to collect devil fruits, and he now has 2 devil fruits. And possibly next time we see him, he will have 3. 1 Zoan, 1 Paramecia, and 1 Logia. And possibly each of them is the most powerful of each type. So possibly he will use all these devil fruits in order for him to kill Shanks. And as I said, they are destined to fight. When it is, I believe it's very soon, as Shanks has decided to go for the One Piece. We don't know what this means. Maybe when he's saying this just to bait out Blackbeard, and Blackbeard will take the bait. But unfortunately, Shanks and his crew will die. And what I said about Shanks why his death will hype up the Blackbeard. I think the same will be said for the crew. We have got a lot of information on the crew and how they fight and who is in what position in the crew, like who is the cook, who is the navigator, who is the musicians. And Blackbeard also has a navigator, a doctor, and so on. So possibly the Doctor will fight the Doctor in this, but possibly every single one in Shanks' crew will lose in order to hype up the Blackbeard pirates. And so they have to be, as we know, Shanks' crew is one of the most powerful, and even said by the Marines, they have the highest average bounties of all crews. So Blackbeard taking all this hype in order for the Straw Hats and Luffy and his crew to fight them is a big factor. And Shanks and Luffy not meeting, I think this will not happen, as they were very close to each other for them to meet again in the future. It could happen, but I don't know. After seeing this, it gives me a big feeling that they're not going to meet. And even I think in the movie they don't meet also. So maybe Luffy will leave the straw hat on Shanks' grave or something. I'm not sure, but Blackbeard has to get even more hype. He's possibly the villain of One Piece, of the main villain that has been introduced since Drum Island. The first time we heard his name was in Drum Island. He is possibly Luffy's only rival in the series. His crew rivals Luffy's crew. Luffy was at his lowest in Marineford, while Blackbeard was at his highest. Luffy's the sun, Blackbeard is darkness. Light versus darkness. Luffy is the good ending for One Piece, Blackbeard is the bad ending for One Piece. So they are destined to fight, and if Shanks wins the fight, all this build up will be for nothing. So the movie and Volume 4 Billion and most of the things that Oda puts in Vivre cards and SPSs, they are canon, but a lot of the times they are not things that we see in the main story. There are very few exceptions, but like if Oda gives you an information, like in the recent SPS he gave us information on Raizo and Fukurokuju. There was a very long backstory between them, but we will not see this backstory in the main story. So there's a high possibility that all this is a good farewell to Shanks, as he will possibly die in the next two arcs. It will be very sad, and it will possibly be off-screen, as Oda probably doesn't want to spoil Blackbeard's powers and his crew's powers. He will give us maybe a little hint or a little part of the fight, but I believe we will not see it. I believe it will be off-screen. Shanks will die and Luffy will not meet Shanks. Of course, this is my opinion. You could agree or disagree. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, as it really helps me out a lot. This is Emo, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.